I get so many comments by people that have said, dude, you put a lot of emphasis and a lot of effort when you do the DC Universe figures. Where's the love for the Legends? Where is that love for the Legends? So I said, you know what, guys? The love is here. This is where the love is. Come on in. Come on in. Sit down. This is where the love happens. So, because of that reason, I figure what I'll do, very similar to what I do with the DC Universe, we're actually going to look at an entire wave of Marvel Legends. This wave is going to be the Mojo series of Marvel Legends. And starting those reviews right now, today's toy spot, we're going to be looking first at Marvel Legends Luke Cage. So before we actually look at the figure itself, what we always do here, we're going to look first at the package. Package is a standard Marvel Legends package clamshell. Always ever present the comic in the back here, which actually features Luke Cage Hero for Hire #1. I've commented in the past, I don't know why they don't sometimes put #1s for all these figures, but Luke Cage they actually put in #1. Very good. As you can see, collect all 6 Mojo series figures and build your own Mojo. This package includes the lower mechanical legs, left side of Mojo. They really stretched out. They really did stretch out how to build this figure, because it's not just a bottom, a torso, arms, a head, and the back. Instead, they've actually given you sections, which is very different, to say the least. On the back of the package, the other figures in this wave, we've got Psylocke, we've got Longshot, Luke Cage, Baron Zemo, we've got Iron Man, and Falcon. Collect them all, of course, to build Mojo. Not really a favorite for many Marvel Legends collectors out there. I think many deem Mojo to be one of the weakest of the Build-A-Figures. I'm always a sucker for Mojo, so I figured I wanted to get these guys reviewed. The read-up on Luke Cage says, wrongly convicted of crime he didn't commit, Luke Cage submitted to a strange experiment to win his freedom from prison. He emerged with rock-hard skin, superhuman strength, and a thirst for vengeance. Sidetracked by a brush with heroism, Cage cashed in on his newfound powers. Years later, he continued to fight the good fight for the right price. He is Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. So there you go. What we'll do, let's get this guy out of his package. Let's get him out of his prison, his plastic prison, and let's have a better look at Luke Cage. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. And looking very bright and yellow and falling over, here we have Luke Cage out of his package. Before we actually look at the figure itself, we'll look first at the Build-A-Figure piece. I almost said Collect and Connect, but the Build-A-Figure piece for Mojo. As you can see, it's only one side of his mechanical lower half, complete with his robotic legs. Seems to me like he's missing a substantial amount of pieces. Will it be resolved? Who knows? But we'll put it as... Actually, you know what? We'll just put it aside, and let's have a look at Luke Cage. Also, just to give you guys a view here of the comic, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, #1, 20 cents. Can you buy anything for 20 cents nowadays? Not a whole heck of a lot. So, let's get back and have a look at Luke Cage. Some people favor the modern version of Luke Cage more so. I welcome the old school Luke Cage, complete with the, I was going to say popped collar. He's not really sporting a popped collar, but complete with the open shirt, the black pants, the buccaneer boots. This to me screams awesome. I love it. Luke Cage, one of my favorite figures or characters to pick whenever I play Ultimate Alliance. Detailing on the face is really nice. So old school. It's like James Brown. Ow! As you can see, he's also got his chain around his waist here. Any guy who's got a chain for a belt, that just screams awesome. But it's a very, very nice figure, and one of which, it's a shame really that he was in this wave, because again, this wave got so little love. I know a lot of people just hate this wave. Some people like the wave. The Falcon, I think, was one favorite of many. I personally really like the Long Shot. But I digress, because really I'm going to get into all that as I do those figures individually. Luke Cage. Standard articulation on Luke Cage. We have the ball-jointed head. It's a bit stiff on poor Luke Cage here, but he does move back and forth somewhat, in and out. He's got the ball-jointed shoulders. He's got the swivel in the bicep. He has the standard 2-point articulated elbow, which sadly I wish the DC Universe had, especially in the knees. I always find a single point articulated knee to guaranteed it's going to cause you problems down the road, because a single pointed knee means a loose leg a lot quicker. I always find these 2-point articulated knees to be something that stays relatively stiff in the long run. Take that for how it sounds. But he also does have the swivel in the hand. Now one hand is molded closed, because you know he's going to deal some. He's going to deal out some pain. On the other hand, he has no articulation in the thumb. However, his individual fingers are articulated. Unfortunately, though, the way they are articulated, though, you can either have his hand completely open and look somewhat normal, or you can have him shut and he's got this weird kind of, if he's playing poker, this is what he would do. To pull in his chips. He'd say, you know what? I'm pulling in my chips. I've just won. Pulling in my chips. I don't know if anyone wants to coin that, but that's the poker pulling in the chips hand articulation. He's got the mid-torso crunch, which again is stiff. It's to be expected. The figure was just opened. He's got the waist swivel. The legs are on a ball joint. You can bend them back and forth, in and out. You can swivel the thigh, bend the 2-point articulated knees. Oh, I love them. You can swivel at the calf. You can bend at the feet. There you go. And you can finally bend at the foot. Now, if you're a fan of Luke Cage, you should be picking this figure up, or you likely already have this figure in your collection. To anyone who doesn't have this figure and says, dude, I'm not getting that figure, he looks lame, I say, no, he doesn't look lame, he looks old school awesome. He looks old school awesome. And for that reason, I'm getting the old school Luke Cage. I'm going to throw him out, and I'm going to say, dude, you are worth a 7. You are a nice looking figure. Nice black, nice yellow, nice chain. Not to mention, look at that open man shirt. So cool. But a great figure and a good start to the reviews of the Mojo series Marvel Legends. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Today's Toy Spot, we were looking at the Marvel Legends, the Mojo series. Today we're looking at old school Luke Cage, the hero for hire. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more Toy Spots to come, and I'll see you guys next time.